A blessed morning to all. Today's Saturday, July 19th, and I'm making this video to highlight some of my what I call supporting cast of my plants. I'll be talking about cleomes, petunias, and zinnias and stuff of the sort. Got it. It's looking spectacular as we've had a very great spring and beautiful summer with lots of rain. So far, so good, and only one heat wave, which is a good thing. Stand by and I will uh, explain everything and just waiting my crepe myrtles to bloom, and I will be making a full garden video as soon as that happens. Stand by. What we call pink cleome or cleome. Some people pronounce it cleome. No right way, no wrong way to pronounce it. It's like saying potato or potato. Depends on where you're from, but they grow all over the place. This one right here is growing in my zinnias, and I'm assuming she's a pink one also. And they're very prolific seed producers, and the seeds they come back every year, and they grow at random, which is what I like to see. Speaking of random, I used to have a planter here, which fell apart on me over the years, and here I have my blood orange, and this is my star fruit, which grew back all its leaves after losing all of them, and she's doing amazingly. And speaking of random, I used to have cannas planted in the planter, and look, this one came back from a seed inside this planter, and she will stay there. Like I said, I love the randomness. Speaking of random, there's more cleomes right back there, which I have plenty of them, pink ones in the planter also. Another bunch of cleomes growing randomly. Talking about prolific petunias, very prolific. I leave them in the container when they dry out and the seeds form, and they come back every year. And look how beautiful they are. In order for them to continue blooming, you have to deadhead them, which means all the spent flowers, you take them off, and then they won't go into seed. Once you stop doing that, they will go into seed and die up, and then forms the seeds for next season. So if you want to continue them bloom, just deadhead them whenever chance you can get. It's another cleum grown here with my pineapple plant. That sago palm here is getting ready to put out new fronds and bloom. And behind them, I got more petunias. Everything growing nicely. This season, my cannas didn't do too well because they didn't like the winter, but some of them are growing back a little late, but they're growing back. And my crepe myrtles are starting to bloom. And I'll be doing a video on that when they're all in full bloom, full garden video. And my cannas, thank God, some of them are a little late, but they did come back. These are some of my cannas, which this one I grew in my sunroom. That one came back. This one in my sunroom, and some of them came back. And actually, this is the very first bloom of one of my cannas, and this one came back, thank God. And of course, there goes the white cleomes growing at random right next to them. My hibiscus are starting to bloom also, and I will wait until they all are blooming before I show them off. Another one of my cannas that came back, and she'll be a late bloomer this year because of the reason. And look at that small colocasia coming back now, July 19th. And like I said, look at my cleomes growing all over the place, but they're taking the place of the cannas nicely this year, filling in. They're all over the place. I have to take all these babies out of my Gloriosa, and she's doing beautifully. It's about 10 babies on there. Another lake comer canna there, and these right here also. And I'm assuming they will be blooming like sometime in September the way they're going. And Tim, this is for you. Look at that pencil cactus. The flowers are spent already, but this is what they look like when you put them in the ground. I think they do a lot better in the ground. Canna's coming back, like I said, and cleomes all over the place. It's white, pink, and these, like I said, grew here at random, and so are these petunias. Seeds got dispersed, and they're growing all over the place. Ton more of the white cleomes, and some of these are already putting out the seeds, the seed pods. Crepe myrtle getting ready to bloom and started blooming already. Let's check out the cleomes in the backyard, the main part of the yard, and they grow at random again. These are growing from the floor. Just left them there. Look how beautiful they are. And a ton of petunias growing on the floor also, besides the pots that they came from the seeds. More cleomes. This is a petunia and alocasia, and look at this cleome growing right in there. And this looks like it's going to be a pink one. A prolific seed producer is the zinnias, and these come back every year. I just collapse them into that pot which I built, and she comes back every year. And I have some growing in random places also. Coleus also does the same thing. This one grew at random here in that petunia pot, and they come back every year also. This canna I grew in my sunroom, and she's blooming. Look how beautiful she is. I believe this is called a firecracker canna. And of course, down here, look, random zinnias, which are about to bloom. And there goes another cleome. Next to my flag bench, more cleomes growing from the pots at random. And like you see, this petunia right here, which I did in deadhead, already going into seed and dying off. I will collapse her into when she dries, and she'll come back next year. More cleomes. This coleus, same ones from last year, and again, they come back every year. Supporting cast of coleus, more coming back. These were like a little bit slow this year for some reason. I guess they don't like the rain a lot. And back there in those pots full of coleus, and look, more cleomes back there. And all this coleus comes back every year. More cleomes right here in this pot. This is a purple colocasia, and more cleomes all over the place. That's a pygmy banana plant right there. And look at that canna, which grew at random over here too. I didn't even plant this one. Look at that. Pleasant surprise. My needle palm doing great as usual. And all these petunias and coleus on the floor, growing at random. All these petunias. There goes my tomato, my cherry tomato plant back there. And something knocked down this plant. And pause this so I could. Some animals must have knocked down my croton. I was picking it up, but and look back there. Those are the Musa Basju bananas, which I thought had passed away, but look, they came back. Kind of small, right behind the pool, but they came back. And look what's next to it. Another clean pink. It's been a great summer so far, and the best is yet to come. Wait till my crepe myrtles bloom. I have over 20 of them. Look how big the Washingtonian Robusta is, and she's almost 10 feet tall already. I don't know how I'm going to put protection on her this year, but it's a good dilemma to have. Anyway, have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care of yourselves, and that was the supporting cast. See you on the next one. Be well.